Hi, class. My name is Jason Powell. My purpose of today's speech is going to be to inform you about the Air National Guard. When I was in high school, I decided that I wanted to join the Guard, and the Air National Guard to be exact. And I joined the Guard, but many years later, down the road, I've been in for just over 9 years now, and I've noticed that not a lot of people know anything about the National Guard, the Air National Guard anyway, here around here. So I just wanted to, the goal of this speech is to inform you about the Air National Guard and the benefits that it has to offer to anybody looking to get out or, separate from active duty or just join and get some benefits. Um, According to today's military.com, the Air National Guard was actually made official, an official component of the U.S. Air Force in 1947, following the great aerial battles of World War II. The Air National Guard is actually made up of, citizen airmen, civilians who aren't an everyday military force. They are, they could be carpenters on the outside, or they could even work at McDonald's on the outside. But 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year, they come in to perform duties, as a guard or reservist, either way. And these people who decide to join, they still go through the same basic training, the same tech school as any active duty member would go through, and it's basically no different. After they go to basic and tech school, you're put into a career, just like you would active duty. But the difference is guard, you usually get to choose your career well beforehand, like when you first join. When I first joined, I decided I wanted to become an air traffic controller. That was after thinking about trying to be a civil engineer or a couple others, but I got to choose that before I actually left for basic and tech school, almost a year before that. After these people go through basic training in tech school, they come back here to wherever they join the Air National Guard, because usually you don't have to get stationed anywhere. And there's an on-the-job training period for most jobs. It could last anywhere from 1 month to a couple of years. Mine happened to be a year of on-the-job training to get me rated as an air traffic controller here at the airport. During this period, it's no different at all from active duty. You're put on active duty orders. You have, you wear the uniform every day. You come to work, and after that entire period's over, you transition back into the weekend side of things, where you're 1 week in a month or 2 weeks a year. Now, majority of the people who join the Guard are in that kind of a status. But there's also such thing as AGR, it stands for Active Guard Reserve. I happen to be one of those lucky few that are AGR, and it is a complete active duty job. We are on orders, 365 days a year. We wear the uniform to work every day. The main goal of AGRs is to, keep the workplace ready for when the traditionals come in, and to make it a good environment, I guess, for the weekenders that come in. But that depends on, it varies from job to job. Like, my job doesn't depend so much on the weekend side of things. It depends more on its AGR staff. Hence why we have a lot more AGRs than we do traditionals, which is complete opposite of anywhere else you'd go to the Guard. Now, being part of the Guard and being AGR, being called to duty or being deployed, it is still a huge possibility, of course. And according to CNN.com, immediately after the September 11th attacks, 50,000 guardsmen were called to perform federal and state missions. And by federal and state missions, we're called here in Wyoming, we're called a lot for flooding. We're called a lot for a lot of fires, actually. Here in Wyoming, we have one of the biggest firefighting C-130 units in the entire Air National Guard. But on top of that, deployments are definitely huge in the Guard. It's not just, the weekend. A lot of the times we have people here that'll get deployed, 6, 7 months at a time, going overseas to Iraq and Afghanistan. And it's no different than active duty, but we get to go over there and we're actually either helping out our counterparts on the active duty side, or we're completely taking over for them and performing the mission as guardsmen. The different types of jobs that vary in the Guard. Let's see, we've got plenty ranging from, airplanes and flying, of course, which everybody thinks is what the Air Force is all about. But we also have computers, and I specifically work in the computers. I am a system administrator. There is also, medics. You got cooks. There are so many different career possibilities in the Air National Guard. And on top of all those possibilities are the benefits that you can get from being in the Guard, such as there are schooling benefits where here in Wyoming, they will pay 100% of your tuition to any in-state college. And that's just for being, 1 week in a month. Being AGR, you get plenty of other benefits. We get tuition assistance, which, for this class right here, covers our entire class and covers up to, a certain amount of degrees and everything like that, but it's all covered for us. And then on top of that, we also get our medical. There's just a lot of benefits that come along with being AGR. The medical is probably the biggest one. But the Air National Guard, it's a great way to start out if you're just looking to get out of school and start up your life, trying to go to school, or if you're an active duty person trying to get out, or you're being kicked out and you need a place to go and you still want to stay in, the Air National Guard has it all for you, and you're always more than welcome. So, as I said, my goal was to inform you about the Air National Guard and the benefits and some of the positions that it has to offer. And I'd like to thank you all for listening to my speech.